am actually a retired Ghostbuster. I filmed a couple episodes of an actual ghost hunting show. So I've had some crazy things happen to me during filming, but the craziest thing happened to me after filming. So one of the places we went to is one of the most haunted bars in America, which is actually now being torn down, which it absolutely should be. So going into it, I actually wasn't that nervous because I was like, it's a bar. Been to plenty of them. I'll feel right at home. And prior to this, we had filmed like a month before at one of the most haunted hospitals in America. Going into that, I was terrified because of the history behind it and how massive the place was. And we film at night every time. So like we would film from like 9 p.m. to like 5 a.m. But I actually left that hospital with a good feeling. Like that place was not evil. I did not feel scared being in there or leaving after. This bar was evil. So one of the points of the show, like one of the biggest parts of the show, is that you have to go in by yourself and film a little bit. So completely by yourself in these haunted places, middle of the night. So I filmed twice by myself in this bar. The first night I filmed upstairs, which was like the actual bar area. And then the second night I filmed downstairs, which was in the basement. So the first night, some weird happened, but it is what it is. Like it freaked me out, but it didn't send chills down my spine like the second night did. The second night, I am sitting in this pitch black basement completely by myself. It's just me sitting in a chair, middle of the basement with my camera propped on a table in front. We had equipment set up like in different areas of the bar and in the basement. So I'm sitting there in the pitch black by myself. All of a sudden I hear in one of the rooms, like way back in the other side of the basement, I hear one of our motion sensors go off and it just like beeps. And that means that something is walking in front of it, like spiritually. So I'm sitting there, pitch black silence. I hear that beeping behind me. Already freaked out, but not even scared. There was just something that came over me that was like, you need to leave. You should not be here. You need to leave. I kept trying to fight that because I was like, I need to film. I need to be here. And then all of a sudden, I feel a hand on my lower back pushing me forward. Like not hard. It was like a gentle push on my lower back. And forward, like the direction it was pushing me happened to be the exit. The door to the outside was like on the other side of the basement, straight ahead in front of me. And that's the direction that the hand was pushing me. But like I said, it was a very gentle push. It wasn't like an aggressive push. It felt very gentle. And that was enough for me to be like, I'm gonna get out of here. So I walk out and I just burst into tears. I can't explain it. I burst into tears. I was so overwhelmed. I just felt so heavy. I felt like whatever was in that basement did not want me to be there. And that something else was telling me to leave. So that happens, which is crazy and scary enough. But the craziest thing happens that night when I already leave. I get back to my apartment in Nashville, which is like 4 hours away. I drive back to Nashville, get back to my apartment, and I go to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night. I would say probably like 2 or 3 a.m. I'm not entirely sure. And I see a hand coming through my wall. It was like a grayish blue hand, I'd say from like the wrist up, reaching through my wall. It just literally looked like it was desperately trying to get through my wall. And I froze. I remember thinking like, am I just half asleep? Like, what am I seeing right now? But I blinked a couple times and it didn't go away. So for reference, like this is my bed. Hi, Bodhi. This is my bed. That's the wall. And I didn't have those pictures at the time. So it was just like an empty wall. The hand was reaching through. So I'm just frozen in fear at this point, and I'm staring at it. I didn't even want to close my eyes because I was so afraid of what would happen if I closed my eyes. So I'm staring at it, but then I just kind of like looked down. I didn't want to look directly at it. So I just kind of looked down. And for about 20 or 30 seconds, just I can see it reaching through, trying to reach through. Until finally I can just see it all of a sudden be pulled back into the wall, and it's gone forever. Never saw it again, never felt it again. I didn't even feel the heaviness that I was feeling anymore. The only thing I can think of is there was something protecting me when I was in that basement, telling me to leave. And then there was something protecting me from whatever might have attached to me that took it away when I came home. So thank you to whoever, whatever that is. I appreciate you and I love you. And stay out of haunted bars. You don't need to be in them. Bodhi says so.